y'all doing out there? I'd like to welcome y'all to another episode of the Knockout Session. And if you're new over here on the Knockout Session, we talk about any and everybody. Might even be you. All right. So you stick around and listen to old Uncle Bucky, okay? Y'all do old Uncle Bucky a favor. Y'all do the big three. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. You understand? Help old Uncle Bucky get out there in this algorithm so, a lot more people can hear the foolishness we talk over here on the knockout session. All right. Uncle Bucky really appreciate y'all, okay? Over here on the knockout session, we really don't do politics and we really don't, do religion, okay? Those are some touchy topics, okay? But we do it now, but we don't do it as much as the other foolery we do over here, okay? But today, I got to talk about some politics, okay? I got to do it. Uncle Bucky got to do it, boy. Your boy Uncle Bucky is in the YouTube streets, you understand me? And boy, I saw some foolishness in these YouTube streets. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. Mm-mm-mm. Well, you're asking, Uncle Bucky, what you seeing in these streets out here? Okay. Well, let Uncle Bucky tell you. Y'all know that president we got, Donald H. Trump. Boy, let me tell y'all what this fool came on his 2026 press conference and said. Boy, y'all know Donald Trump now. Every time you flip on your net, your TV, your news, he got some foolishness going on. He got some foolishness going on no matter what, understand? From Donald Trump, he'll do anything, he'll do anything. He tell folks to grab him in the coochie, you feel me? I didn't say it, he said it. You don't believe Uncle Bucky, go back and look. Donald Trump said grab him in the coochie, but he didn't say coochie. He said the other word, but we can't say that over here on YouTube, so that's what he said. Donald Trump said grab him in the coochie, okay? That's locker room talk. That's what he said. That's normal. You can go just round any woman and just grab her in the coochie. I don't know. That's what he said. I didn't say it. That's what Donald Trump said. Okay, that's the type of foolishness Donald Trump do and say. The man he's just foolery. He's an embarrassment of the United States government, as if they needed any more help. But Donald Trump is an embarrassment, you understand me? But let Uncle Bucky tell you what this fool said. In his 2026 press conference, Donald Trump said that they got a drug out there that can bring folks back from the dead. Now, that's what he said. You don't believe me? Google it. Google it. Google it. Yeah, he did. Donald Trump said they got a drug out there that can bring folks back from the dead. Okay. Now, y'all, I ain't very religious or nothing like that, I believe in the Most High, but all that Christian and religious stuff, Uncle Bucky don't get with all that foolishness because there's a bunch of foolishness. But bringing folks back from the dead now, these folks must ain't never saw Pet Cemetery, When you bring folks back from the dead, they ain't right. Y'all seen Pet Cemetery 1 and 2. Y'all saw it. They come back and looking like just straight demon-fied, skin peeling, eye hanging out, all kind of foolishness. Y'all seen Pet Cemetery. Y'all saw it. Y'all saw it. You come back from the dead, you ain't right. And if you did come back from the dead, do you have a soul? You feel me? Your soul, what make you your soul? Do you still have a soul? Yeah, do you still have a soul? I mean, boy, that doggone government, boy, they doing all sorts of stuff, boy. Boy, boy, They just doing all kind of stuff. They putting with the Neuralink, putting stuff in forehead, chips in head to make paraplegic folk walk. That's Elon Musk stuff down there. These folks been trying to play God all across the board. They trying to play God. Mm-hmm. Boy, they cloning folk. You know, the word on the YouTube streets is half the entertainment industry is cloned. Now, Uncle Bucket didn't say it. Y'all done heard it. They say they cloning everybody. You understand? The government been trying to play God. But this right here, I think, take the cake. Now, Donald Trump said after you done left him, they can bring you back. That's what he said. Y'all, hold on a minute. Y'all don't believe Uncle Bucky. I told y'all to Google it. Didn't I tell you? Well, Uncle Bucky gonna Google it for y'all then. Y'all think Uncle Bucky lied. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see this. This is Google. Can y'all see that? I want y'all to see that right there. Uncle Bucky gonna read a little bit of it to you, okay? I'm just gonna hold it there for a minute, hopefully y'all can see it. I don't know how to do all that fancy stuff, like putting it on the side of the screen and all of that stuff that all these other people do. Uncle Bucky gonna learn it, but we new over here. So I don't know how to do all that, put the screen this way and that way. I barely got it doing this. Okay, so but Uncle Bucky gonna read it for you since y'all probably think Uncle Bucky telling a lie about what Donald Trump said. They bringing both folk back from the dead. Okay, here we go. In a May 2026 press conference, Donald Trump claimed that an experimental drug has the power to bring the dead back to life. He was citing cases of terminal ill patients who recover after being gone. And that's what it said. That's what Google said. I didn't say it. That's what they said. An experimental drug that brings folk back when they are critically gone. Now, I just read it. I showed it to you. It's on Google. Google it. I just tell you the truth. Boy, Uncle Bucky ain't never saw such. I never thought I'd live to see a day that we as human beings can bring folk back from the dead. Now, I know Jesus did it. He did it with Lazarus. Okay. But he had the Holy Spirit. Now, this is science. Now, this science. This is some kind of experimental drug. Jesus did it with Lazarus, but that was the Holy Spirit. Now, but we ain't going to get into all that. Now, that's on the spiritual level. But, Jesus did it with Lazarus, okay? But Donald Trump claiming, I guess, that he Jesus, because he can bring folk back from the dead. That's what he said. Now, Uncle Bucky just had to get on here and tell y'all that, y'all let Uncle Bucky know down and comment what y'all think about that there. Now, the government already cloning. They already doing all sorts of foolishness out there. They put Neuralinks in your brain that can make the paraplegic walk. I mean, they doing all sorts of foolishness, Okay. But y'all let Uncle Bucky know what y'all think about Donald Trump in his 2026 press conference said that they got an experimental drug that can bring folks back to life after they gone. Mm, 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 mm. Just a bunch of foolishness. I'm just telling you, boy, just a bunch of foolishness. Our Uncle Bucky gonna tell you this, okay? Donald Trump, I'm gonna tell you this. But before, Uncle Bucky tell you his thing now, he got to get these demons up out of here, okay? Boy, Donald Trump, if this true, I got to put you in a doggone better vibration, man. You're in the wrong vibration, man. You're in the wrong vibration. Well, I'm going to tell y'all what Uncle Bucky think about that. Donald Trump on a serious note. All right, let Uncle Bucky, hit my cup one time before I tell y'all what I think, okay? Oh, y'all excuse me for a minute. Donald Trump Now this from Uncle Bucky, okay? You call yourself Jesus. Well, you didn't call yourself Jesus. Okay, let me take that back, because folks should start saying that Uncle Bucky on here tell a lie. You didn't say that. Uncle Bucky saying it. Now you trying to play Jesus and God and Allah and Buddha and all the other stuff. Okay, that's what you trying to play. You already think you're a dictator because you're trying to control everything in the world. Okay. Donald Trump, you trying to play God, but I'm going to tell you like this, my friend. There's only one Most High, okay? Only one Most High. Now, you get that crossing the bounds, which I think y'all folks are already doing. You know, y'all been crashing neutrons and all this stuff, opening portals, and y'all doing all sorts of foolishness. But that's another episode, all right? Y'all doing all kind of stuff. But Donald Trump, karma is real. Karma, what you put out is what you're going to get back, Donald Trump. Okay. It might not be this time, but it's going to be a time, Donald Trump. You're going to get what you putting out here. All the hatred and destruction that you're doing, you're going to get what you reap. And I didn't say it, the word said it. Okay. Uncle Bucky ain't saying it, the word said it. You know, karma is real. What you get back threefold. Donald Trump, all I can say, brother, hold on tight. All right. So with that, Uncle Bucky finna get out of here. I just want to tell y'all that foolishness that Donald Trump got going on over there. You know, bringing back zombies and stuff. Okay. Uncle Bucky just wanted to tell y'all that. So y'all do Uncle Bucky the big three, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. And with that, Uncle Bucket telling all of y'all hold it in the road.